Hey everybody, you're watching ProofWLSWorks. My name is Gretchen, better known as Gretchen VSG for me. It is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017, and we're back! So this week's topic, I'm going to paraphrase the quote, is what are our plans for this year? What are we going to do that's new this year for weight loss surgery? What old habit has crept back in that we're going to try and get rid of? Sorry for the bad angle. I'm on my phone propped up on a shelf. So you see a lot of my messy kitchen and not so much of me, but I'm here. So I had VSG in 2015. I'm almost 2 years post-op. And this past year, 2016, was the honeymoon period. You lose most of your weight your first year if you follow the rules. You may hear my daughter in the background talking to YouTube kids. So you lose most of your weight your first year. Your second year, I called the honeymoon period. Going into year 3, I'm hearing her in the background. Going into year 3, I feel is going to be the long haul. So I'm just pushing something that's going to fall down. This past year has been awesome. If you follow me on my regular YouTube channel and Facebook, you know that after my VSG, I had a 3-centimeter blood clot. In hindsight, that was more scary than I think I chalked it up to be at the time I had it. So I think I kind of took advantage of the being okay stage. I ate more. I was still on plan, but I ate more with disregard for carbs versus protein versus fat. I played more last year with fat intake. Wow, I feel really small on this. Sorry. I played more with fat intake last year, the last half of last year. I still tracked in MyFitnessPal. You can find me. I'll try and post my name below if you don't follow me already. But I still track in MyFitnessPal except for coffee. And I feel like macro-wise, I was a little more lenient with fat than protein, but I still maintained. So I think I'm going to try and be more mindful this year of the impact on the carbs. My weight has maintained the same, I would say 6-pound range for a year. And now my daughter's yelling. Come here. So if sorry, I don't want to pause this because I'm not going to be able to fix it. Give me 1 second. 10 more minutes, okay? Sorry guys, it's real life.
What are you doing?
Go back. Go back. You're fine. Okay. Real life, guys. Trying to reset her timer. So I played more with carbs. I ate more bread. And the scale didn't move. And I think I'm starting to take that for granted. So I want to be more mindful of my intake, whether or not it affects the scale. But on another note, I don't want the scale to affect my mood. So I have not weighed regularly in about 6 months. So one of my goals for this year is to weigh every Wednesday without fail. And the reason I picked Wednesday is because that's my weigh-in day. I had surgery on a Wednesday. For the first year, I checked religiously on a Wednesday for weight. So whether or not I feel the scale has moved, I'm going to weigh on a Wednesday. And I think I kind of got lax with that because the scale wasn't moving. And I was okay with that. So I am going to weigh tomorrow and I'll post that in MyFitnessPal and I'll post that on Facebook. Whether or not it changed or not, or whether or not it's beyond my 6-7 pound range that I've been in. Any bad habits that crept back in. Bad is completely up to the person's opinion. So alcohol crept back in year 2 in March. So I was 14 months post-op. I was a casual drinker before. And alcohol affects everybody differently. But I can tell you for me, it hits me faster and I recover faster. So I think that I have drank more quantity-wise and not eaten as much. Because as a surgery patient, you can, if you drink, you're not supposed to eat and drink within 30 minutes. So I think that I took that for granted, and I would drink my dinner when I'm cooking and put off and then have a snack for dinner. My dinner, like a couple hours after my daughter and my husband ate. So I'm going to be more mindful of that. If you want to call that a bad habit, that's everybody's opinion. That's fine. I'm not calling it a bad year 2 choice, if you will. I'm calling it just something that happened, and I'm going to try to kind of rein it in before it gets out of control. This wasn't, I believe, in the original question, but any advice? I'm not a resolutions person, and I've never been, even pre-op. That's because in my history, whenever I set a goal and I didn't meet it, first of all, it would be in the first 3 months of the year, and then I would get really down on myself. So I think in compromise, I'm going to do the 80-20 rule. If I can stay on plan 80% of the time, and for me, that's 5 days out of 7 per week, I'm going to be okay. I am below my goal weight. And I've said this before, my surgeon did not set a goal for me. I set my own goal. I surpassed that goal in year 1, and I want to maintain where I am. I'm comfortable in my clothes. I'm comfortable with how I feel about myself and my activity level. So if I can maintain where I am, I'm okay. But if I gain 5 pounds or 10 pounds, I don't want to beat myself up. That said, in my history, if I had something bad for breakfast or lunch, my feeling would be that the whole day is screwed. Why bother trying to be on plan? That's going to be a real mental challenge for me this year. I'm going to try to mindfully, I don't want to say the word cheat. I don't want to think that anything is off limits. By the way, this is a tank top. I just realized with this shelving how low this looks like a bra. So I want to be okay with having a bad food or a not weight loss surgery food friendly ingredient or meal, but not feel like the day is a total waste. So that's going to be a real challenge for me. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, irregardless of the number on the scale, irregardless of how the numbers are in terms of my measurements or how my clothes feel, is the mindset. They always say that they do surgery on your stomach, not your head. And I don't think people really grasp the concept of how much of a head game this is until after you've had the surgery. Blood clot and all, still the best decision I've ever made of my life, I think. I've reaped the benefits, and I hope to continue to do that in year 3. And also be more conscious of my video making on my personal channel. I have not been very consistent because not everything is weight loss surgery related after you hit goal and you're in maintenance. So I have a lot of subscribers, and I'm grateful for everybody who continues to watch me. In year 3, I may not make a video till every month. I'll make a video here for sure every time we have a topic and weekly. But even if it's a food haul like I made earlier today, I will still be present. That's my other goal for this year. So I hope everybody had a great holiday season. Personally, I'm glad it's over. It's always a whirlwind. I'm glad to be on a fresh start. My daughter's birthday is this week, so I will be having a cupcake and I will track it. And I wish everybody a healthy and prosperous 2017. Bye.